Shawalla walla, shabang bang, shawalla walla, slip and slide thing. Go off, Trina. Bitch, quiet as kept. She went the hell off. All the way off. Girl, Sheikah. I saw the shit last night. I kind of rewatched it again in my DVR. Girl, I had a lot going on, child. A bitch is moving to New York. Yeah, girl, a bitch is moving to New York. A job opportunity came about. Needless to say, I got the shit. So I hit up my cousin, girl. My cousin got a goddamn a 3-story fucking house, bitch. My cuz is living good, girl. And I told him about my job opportunity. And he said, well, cuz, ain't no sense to you trying to find you no place to live and all that shit. Hell, my house big enough, bitch. We'll probably never run into each other. Go in and let have cousins. So yeah, a bitch finna move, y'all. I feel like it's the right decision. I mean, I've been in Virginia since my ass been born. I'm 30. I'm ready to spread my wings and fly away. Okay, and that's exactly what the fuck a bitch is gonna do. But girl, before I get into this shit, subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell button so you can always be notified of any phone calls that we have. I'm gonna start doing new shit, especially now that a bitch is moving. A bitch gonna have new scenery and a bitch is gonna have new shit to talk about. I don't want none of y'all hoes to miss it. So I'm gonna need for y'all to make sure y'all subscribe and hit that bell button. Make sure you like, share. Comment. You got my permission, bitch. You can share my shit on anything y'all want to share it on. Y'all got my permission. You got it. Now that all the formalities is out the way, girl, I'm really excited because Love and Hip Hop New York ain't hitting on channel, not a damn thing. Okay? I'm so glad that Love and Hip Hop Miami gave me a little bit more to talk about than this shit that's going on in New York. I don't even know where to start of that. First off, everybody looks good. Well, that we've seen last night so far. The people been looking good. They look like, you know, the first season check did them pretty well, especially Amada. We're going to get into her ass in a minute. But what was the first thing on the list? The first thing on the list is Trina. Trina and Rico Love had a podcast or whatever the hell that shit was, girl. Anyway, one of the girls that was in the audience asked about the TNT album, which is the Trick and Trina album. You know, when is that gonna be finished? When will it be completed? When will it be out? Because y'all know, last year during the first season of the shit, that was the project that they was working on. You know, Trina kind of skated around it a little bit, and you know, Rico Love brought it up after everything ended and was like, you know, oh, okay, bitch, what's the real tea? Bitch, what's the gaga? What's going on with the TNT album? And basically, bitch, Trina blew up the spot. Trina was like, listen, I've been in the studio. I've been in the lab, I've done my time, I paid my dues, I've been working on songs, I be sending them to him to no avail, I be calling him to come to the studio to no avail, I've been texting him to come to the studio with no avail, and at this point, Trina is really over it, and I'm with Trina on this all the fucking way. It's like, like, Trick, you're the worst kind of business partner to have. Because it's like, this is something that y'all started together, and I agree with everything that Trina had to say earlier on in the episode when she was talking about how she kept pushing back her own album to push this TNT album, and for Trick to constantly duck and dodge her calls, not show up, not text, not email. Bitch, he ain't even got enough decency to toucans and to string her. He ain't got enough decency to send Joy ass over there to just let her know. He ain't got enough decency to send Don ass over there to just let her know. And I'm with Trina all the way. And I'm also with her producers. Like, child, fuck that TNT album. Who gives a shit? You still got an album that you need to put out, that you put on the back burner. That needs to be your main concern. And I listen, I agree with him, Trina. I agree with him. I don't have no problems with TWD. Lord knows I ain't got no problems with TWD. But girl, if anybody, family, friend, or foe, becomes a downfall, you have to move the fuck without them. You just have to, bitch. That's life. That's life. Time waits for no one. I figured that out when God called my mama home last month. Time waits for no one. So don't keep standing around here putting all your hopes and dreams and your eggs in one basket, fucking around with TWD's diabetical looking ass. No ma'am. What else went on? Kiara and Gunplay. Y'all know I got a thing for like Gunplay is ugly, but he is so fucking fine at the same. It's like Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? It's like who else? Hollywood from Queen Sugar. You know what I'm saying? It's like Mike Conley. You know what I'm saying? Point guard for the Memphis Grizzlies. Like, they're not everybody's cup of tea, but bitch, they so goddamn fine. You could just overlook the little shit. But at the same time, I do kind of understand where Kiara is coming from. Gunplay, you know. Listen, men. Listen, because even I had to go through this with an ex of mine one time for him to tell me the reason why he was around here fucking all these bitches, not men, bitches, is because he felt like I was neglecting him and his feelings, and you know, I wasn't hardly around, and yada, yada, yada. And it's just like, girl, them tired ass flimsy excuses for why you do the fuck shit you do is pointless when we're both grown, and you could just simply say, listen, this shit's just not working out no more. You have your own things and your own goals and your own ambitions that you're trying to accomplish, and so am I. And right now, we're constantly butting heads. We constantly don't have the time to fix what we need to fix, so we need to just end this shit right now. Most bitches, not even bitches, I'm not even gonna call bitches, I'm not even gonna call real women bitches. A real woman and a real man will appreciate the honesty and say, you know what, this does hurt to say this, but you are absolutely right. Right now it's just not a good time for us. And instead of y'all men doing that, you go out there and you hop on social media, you try to fuck all of these floozy ass whores. And then your excuse for it is, you ain't had no time for me, bitch, but I'm gonna continue to not have time for you. I'm gonna set you free so you continue to fuck these bald-headed scallywags, these bum-ass broke birds, all the fuck you want to. And Gunplay, I'm gonna tell you something. I like Kiara a lot, just as much as I like you. I want y'all to work. So whatever it is that she wants you to do, Gunplay, since you were the one being caught hitting up hoes in their DMs, you need to go on ahead and try to make that right. But I love the fact that Gunplay is man enough to say, you know what, I respect the fact that you need a little time. I'm going to give you a little bit of time. And I really want Kiara and Gunplay to work with Gunplay's fine ass. Kiara, you better go ahead and get your man, girl. Okay, you better get her, because a bitch like me will take your goddamn man. And I like you, Kiara. I don't want to do that to you. You my bitch, and I fucks with you the long way. So I want you to keep your man. But if you don't want him, bitch, throw his fine, ugly ass over here to me, bitch. I know how to hit that man, girl. Yes, God. I know how to tame him. Anyway. What else do we have to talk about? Jessie Woo. Bitch, Jessie Woo opened up and that bitch gave us a nasty piece of His Eyes on a Sparrow. I like Lisa Woo. I think Lisa Woo is very, 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 very beautiful. I've never, and I don't mean no tea, no shades. Did you ever see this, Jessie Woo? I ain't know too much about you. I never heard of you or seen you a day in my life. Even on Instagram, I never seen what, you know, your little comedy things. But after last night, I found out who the fuck you was, and I subscribed to you and everything. I fucks with Jessie Woo a lot. I love her personality. I love how articulate she is, and I love her mama. And I love the fact that Jessie Woo does have a spiritual background that she holds on to, that she stays steadfast to, and that is a good look. And I like her preacher mama. I like her preacher mama a lot, you know. And I love the fact that even though her mom is an evangelist, because, you know, you're really not supposed to call women preachers and bishops and stuff like that that is in the Bible. Y'all know good and damn well y'all women is not supposed to be up there in the pulpit delivering sermons. But then again, you got these down low, gay ass, faggoty ass bishops that be fucking all the goddamn boys in the youth young adult choir up there spreading the gospel. So, you know, go in and let have, mama. I guess everybody going to hell if that's the case. But girl, I live for her mama. Her mama is really funny. Her mama is really down to earth. Even though she's an evangelist, she's real down to earth. She don't mind joking and kikiing and cackling and with y'all hoes. But she let her daughter know, I don't really, the shit, the little comedy things you do on Instagram, daughter, but she's allowing her daughter to express herself. She's allowing her daughter to be a grown-ass woman, and she's also staying in her lane as a parent, and I could rock with that. So I want to see more from Lisa Wu and her mama. Her mama is really cute. I like her. Speaking of mamas, Amada La Negra. Bitch, I'm still butchering up your name, but I live for Amada. I don't give a fly fuck what anybody got to say about her jumping up in Gunplay's DMs. We gonna get to that tea in a minute. I fuck with Amada La Negra because people like Amada, K. Michelle, who else? Well, just the three of them so far. They got this shit right with the love and hip hop thing. Use this shit as a stepping stool to get your foot in the door to move on to bigger and better things. And that's exactly what Amada La Negra has going on. She ain't got time to be around here dealing with dibbling and dabbling and this, that, and this, because the bitches booked it busy. Go in and let have Amada. We saw the scene where her mom fell asleep, and one of her candles that she had lit, it caught fire on something, and she was talking about how the smoke was starting to spread, and the fire was starting to spread, and in an attempt to put out the candle, she picked up the candle while it was on fire to let it out, which in turn gave her, for what it looked like to me, 3rd-degree burns. And Amada was like, mommy, I can't sit here and travel and try to do this and make money, and then I have to worry about you burning down the house because you leaving candles lit. You understand what I'm saying? And her mama was just like, Amada, shut down. Okay, shut down. Everybody, basically, this is what she said. Shut the fuck down and go out there and make these damn coins. Everybody makes mistakes. I'm fine. I'm glad you came to say, come see about me. I'm glad you came to do that, but don't worry about me. I'm fine. What you need to focus on is yourself and your career, and I can fuck with that. Amada and Lisa Wu. Girl, Lisa Wu, get out my head. Jessie Wu and Amada both have strong, independent mother figures behind them, and I fucks with that the long way. I'm living for the mothers right now. I'm living for the mothers. What else I want to talk about before we get to the good shit? We didn't see Shay, which is a good ass thing. Listen, from what I've seen from the promos, Shay Bucky Johnson is still on the same thing, fighting hoes over a man that don't belong to neither one of them. T-Double-D playing poker / craps. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know how the fuck you playing poker with dice, but I mean, I guess that's just some damn hood 305 Carol City type shit. I don't know. And there was a guy there, Caprice, bitch, I don't know who the fuck he was. He was ugly. The little ugly Ratatouille looking ass boy that got the shit like Gunplay has with his dreads and all that shit. He was talking about how he Trick is looking for new artists, and Capri, I think it's Capri, Corrupt, girl, the hell if I know. I ain't never heard of his black ass. Anyway, he brought up the situation about Trina, and Trick is like, I'm used to this, and I'm used to that, and ain't nobody gonna make me do what I want to do, and yada 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 yada. We gonna get to that in a minute. I brought that up to break a segue later on, cause I'm a dig in T-Double-D's ass. As much as I like him, I'm a dig in his ass. What else went on? Bobby Lights meets up with Prince and Miami Tip. Hey, Miami Tip, I fucks with her the long way. We see Prince is having a little heart to heart with his dad. I had no idea his dad was Jamaican, Haitian, or whoever it was. But his dad was basically telling him, I'm proud of you and all of your accomplishments, and Prince had a little cryable moment or whatever the case may be. And then we found out a little bit about Prince. We found out that, not only did he go to juvenile detention, but he also went back and forth in big boy jail here and there. And, he don't want to live that life no more. He had to sleep in his car at one point in time. And, now that his life is where it needs to be, he's trying to keep it that way and trying to keep it as drama free as possible, which is a good thing. Bobby shows up all loud and strutting in the place, this, that, and the third. Now listen, for whatever it's worth, I like Bobby. I do. I like Bobby a lot, and I feel like off the show, Bobby is probably the coolest gay guy that you will ever probably meet in your life. But on the show, he feels as though he has to portray this loud, obnoxious, the typical faggotry, queenie type shit, and it's done. It's done. And I really would want Bobby to just really be himself, because I refuse to believe that he carries himself like that 24/7, 365 off camera. I refuse to believe that. I refuse to believe that. But anyway, once Prince decides to leave with his dad and, get everybody at the table drinks, Bobby then proceeds to tell Miami Tip that, JoJo feels like, he may be using me, and, I should watch out for him, and yada, 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 and blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, Bobby, to be honest, I don't see what he could possibly be using you for. I don't. You still don't have an album out yet. You still don't have a single out yet that I know of. I haven't heard it if you did. You still haven't done no concert shows, tours, and appearances other than the little yang around the house shit you do for for VH1 and Love and Hip Hop Miami. So for me, Bobby, I don't see what in the flying hell he could be using you for other than trying to get in your pants and to let me tell it he done already fucked you. So and to let me tell her you probably done already fucked him. And that's no tea, no shade to both of y'all. Y'all both my sisters as far as the fuck I'm concerned. The more the merrier, girl. Gay is the way. Y'all heard what Just Hilarious said. Gay is the way, girl. Let it be what it be. What else happened? Jessie Woo had a little mother-daughter type of extravaganza, whatever the fuck you want to call it, podcast or whatever, and it was really cute. They talked about different, little mother-daughter girly type things, family issues, man issues, this, that, and the third, and I enjoyed that a lot, which is another reason why I really would love to see more of Jessie Woo. I think she has a whole lot more to offer other than the little comedy and the singing that she does. I'm gonna be looking out for her. It's something about Jessie Woo, I like her a lot. So a subject came up and a question came up where they asked JoJo's mother about JoJo's dating life, and her mother was like, well, she's currently dating a singer right now, and I'm worried about that because she knows how singers can be, how the lifestyles can be, and she just don't want that for her daughter, which is very understandable. And everybody was like, well, who is it, and her mama says it was Pleasure P. Immediately everybody turns to look at Joy because last season her and Pleasure P made it seem like they were close friends and this, that, and the third, and I mean the last time that shit happened, Shay came out of nowhere like a thief in the night and tried to snatch that girl edges out by her hair, literally. And JoJo was like, I'm a little annoyed at my mom because this ain't nothing that I wanted publicly to come out because it ain't even nothing that's serious just yet. And I do believe her. I believe JoJo. I don't believe that her and Pleasure P is doing anything other than fucking. To be honest, if they're doing anything, I think it's just fucking. Then some kind of way, Miami Tip, and JoJo kind of got into not even an argument. It wasn't even a heated discussion. It was like I can't even explain what it was because neither one of them got rowdy, neither one of them cursed each other out, neither one of them got up and tried to, but I felt where Miami Tip was coming from when she was telling JoJo, because JoJo was explaining the situation between Amada and Bobby, and Miami Tip was like, well, it's funny that you brought up your girl Amada, because Amada was just caught DMing my girl Kiara's man Gunplay in her DMs. And JoJo, y'all know how JoJo is. JoJo tried to be loyal to a fault, and she just got to tell Amada this, and she got to talk about Amada with this, and yada yada yada, and this, that, and the third, and blah 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 blah. And you know what, JoJo, I'm gonna tell you something. There's nothing wrong with having loyalty, but I feel like the way you move and you groove and you move and you shake, it's a little shaky for me. And it does make a person feel like you may be a little messy. Because to me, JoJo, it's like sometimes some things are better left unsaid. You know what I'm saying? A la the situation that's going on between Bobby and Amala La Negra. That really ain't had nothing to do with none of them bitches sitting at that table. So there really was no reason to even bring that up. Then you wanted to get an attitude or catch a small little attitude with Miami Tip because Miami Tip was telling you about what the fuck Amada was doing in her girl's man's DMs. And I kind of felt where Miami Tip was coming from. It's like, if you're so real, then, talk to your girl. You know what I'm saying? And if you're so real, what's the purpose of you bringing about situations with people that we don't even fuck with like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, those are your friends, not ours. So really, whatever your two friends got going on should stay between your two friends. They really didn't have nothing to do with them. I was where Miami Tip was coming from, and I felt where she was coming from. And she was absolutely right for leaving, because she didn't want to be brought out of character in front of all of these women, her mamas, Jesse Wu Mama won't dare. They had that on a Sunday, and I told y'all that lady is an evangelist girl. The only thing she doing on Sunday is church. The 8 o'clock service, the 10:45 service, and the 7 o'clock service, girl, she in church. And the last thing that I want to talk about is Trick Daddy and Trina's meltdown. And I felt exactly where Trina was coming from. Because I'm going to tell y'all what I think T-Double-D problem is. Shout out to Kaya, because that's where I got that from, T-Double-D. T-Double-D, actually, you're the one who is believing your own hype, right? So it would seem to me, if you're as good as you say you are, and you run the 305, and can't shit get done unless they get done through you the Dun Dada of Miami, of the 305 in the music industry, then it really shouldn't matter what kind of music be brought your way. You should be able to tweak it, make it your own, and make it a hit. And the fact that you're so stagnant and being stuck in the 2000, 2001, 2002 slip and slide area, it mind boggles me. Even Trina had to change her image a little bit, and she did. She had to. As artists, you have to evolve with what is selling. And I'm sorry, Trick Daddy. While Slip and Slide and Take It to the House and all that shit was good back in the early 2000s, bitch, it is 2019. These churn don't give a fuck about none of that shit. These churn give a fuck about trap music, quiet as kept. So it's like, what's so wrong with evolving unless you're not as good as you say you are, unless you're not as talented as you say you are? Because it seems to me, if you are, you should be able to come up with the times. And you were dead ass wrong for cutting off Trina's song even before she had the chance to utter a word. It's like, at the end of the day, Trick, y'all were friends before y'all were business partners. And it seemed to me that you would have just gotten the hell out of Dodge and allowed your friend to go on ahead and continue to show for herself, instead of you sabotaging everything, all because you feel like you're the mayor of this, and you're the king of this, and you the prince of this. And I'm sorry, T-Double-D, I don't see it. And I think the reason why you don't want to evolve with the times is because you can't. And that's what I believe it is. I believe you can't. I believe you will look and sound stupid as fuck trying to rap like these new age artists is right now. So yeah, Trina, you doing the right thing, girl. Fuck that goddamn TNT album and work on your album. Other than that, y'all, I done gave y'all 25 minutes of Love and Hip Hop Miami. I was very excited about it. Because y'all see, I was not excited for the Love and Hip Hop New York shit. This shit was actually pretty good, and I cannot wait till next week to see what everybody got going on. Shouts out to everybody over there, whether I love you, hate you, or somewhere in the middle. Shout out to everybody over there. Shout out to production. Shout out to VH1. Shout out to Mona Scott Young. Shout out to you, Sheik. Shout out to all of my new subscribers, all the new ones to come. And again, subscribe, like, comment, share. Y'all have my permission to do that personally. Help me get some momentum up here. And until then, Sheik, I will call you later, girl. Bye.